This is Religion in the News, sponsored by Wish TV, in cooperation with the Church Federation of Greater Indianapolis.
Good morning, I'm J.R. Ryder. Welcome to our July edition of Religion in the News. Joining me today is Jeffrey Payne, Carol Sissom, Faith James, Marilyn Gonzalez, and our new host, Lori Cobian. We have a great show for you today as our guests talk about the membership benefits of the Church Federation of Greater Indianapolis, the ministry events of Faith, Hope, and Love Week, how one guest beat cancer, and the big money idea that just popped into one of our guests' head. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Religion in the News. I'm J.R. Ryder, and my guest today is Reverend Al Gertemiller. He's here to talk about the benefits of the Church Federation of Greater Indianapolis. Welcome to Religion in the News.
Thank you, J.R.
Now, to get our viewers up to speed here, you are actually the former president of the Church Federation of Greater Indianapolis.
Right.
And you have dealt with this particular issue we're going to talk about for quite some time. Many of our viewers who are familiar with the show are not necessarily aware that the Church Federation is who sponsors Religion in the News. And they just do just an array of benefits out there that the Church Federation has affected in our community. I know the chaplaincy programs, race relations, the Federation has had its hand in so many different things. But membership is one very important aspect of the Church Federation. Why don't you talk to us about some of those benefits?
Well, the churches that belong to the Federation, though individuals can also affiliate with the Federation, but the churches, by joining, are actually fulfilling the commitment that Jesus prayed about in the Gospel of John. Father, grant that they may be one, even as you and I are one. So there's a certain sense of unity that comes through membership in the Federation. And the Federation today, I would say, is a catalyst organization that brings many different congregations together to help them work together to serve the community and to fulfill their religious values and function.
Absolutely. Do you know approximately how many churches or members that the Federation has?
Well, I think the number is somewhere around 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously there's room for plenty more, because I'm not sure how many congregations we have here in our own city, but we also go around or to the surrounding areas of the city.
The Federation's membership comes from the 9-county central Indiana area.
Now, of course, you being the former president, what are, I guess, would be some of the challenges that you see with trying to get people to join and come aboard?
Churches today tend to localize and care about their specific environment and community. And to be honest, some of the churches on the outside and on the fringes of Marion County and the urban metropolitan area don't relate as strongly to center city issues.
I see.
So sometimes it is difficult for those congregations to see the value in working together. But we, of course, believe it is.
Absolutely. And I think, like you said, that's part of the Great Commission. Now, you had mentioned a moment ago, it's not just for churches. Individuals, ministries, organizations can also join.
Yep, church denominations can be a part of the Federation's work, and individuals can be supporters, though membership is limited to congregations. Individuals can be donors and supporters.
So someone joins the Church Federation, and that question comes to mind, you know, what's in it for me? Selfish question, but how would you answer that?
Well, by being a member of the Federation, you're supporting the work, for instance, of bringing people who've been in prison back into the community, helping them to reestablish ties. The Federation offers programs that train people in working together. I know later today in the program, there are going to be groups represented that have particular focuses on serving in the community. And that's what the Federation can assist congregations with.
We're going to go ahead and put up the website for those that want more information, and I know that's indyfaith.org. Reverend Al Gertemiller, thank you for being our guest this morning.
Thank you, J.R. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Marilyn, now to you.
Thank you, JR. Good morning. My guest today is FHL Project Manager Lorenzo Gipley. Lorenzo, tell us a little bit about your role during Faith, Hope, and Love Week.
Like you mentioned, Merlin, I'm a project manager with Faith, Hope, and Love, mainly serving the Martin or Brightwood area. I serve in the role of mainly just trying to get projects that volunteers can actually work on. This year we're going to be doing it's going to be maybe about 3 projects. A beautification of the neighborhood, also cleanup of some of the vacant and abandoned homes, and also working with Habitat on one of their build days as well.
So tell us a little bit as far as this, the mechanics of the neighborhood cleanup. How do you map that out, and how do you think people will get involved?
Well, mainly with the neighborhood cleanup and the beautification, like I mentioned, we have a lot of vacant and abandoned homes within the Martin or Brightwood area. But concentrated around School 51 within the Martin or Brightwood area is the Centennial Village. And from that, basically, we're trying to create almost this radius of change. So with that, we've identified several homes that have just been sitting with absentee landlords and basically cleaning up the yards, painting some of the boards so that they match and abiding by the codes and regulations of code enforcement.
So basically, it's actually a collaboration of many organizations in the area.
Very, very much so. This is a form from a partnership with the Church Federation, Faith, Hope, and Love, and then the Martin or Brightwood CDC, which then from this partnership grew the idea of the Centennial Village, which is basically just providing more density to the Martin or Brightwood area.
Okay. Now you mentioned something about collaboration also with Habitat for Humanity.
Yes. As well. Habitat is one of one of the key people within this collaboration. Yes.
So besides being a project manager and working for the CDC, what else do you do, Lorenzo?
I'm also I'm with the CDC, and that takes up majority of my time. But I'm also with the architecture firm A2SO4. And from then on, it's basically just trying to balance life out and continue living.
That's good. Yeah. We're going to show on the screen the contact information. So again, Lorenzo, thank you so much for being our guest today here at Religion in the News. We're looking forward and hear more.
Marilyn.
All right. We'll be right back.
Good morning, I'm Carol Sissom. Coming up next, my guest talks about how he is a musician and a very familiar face in this city. Thank you so much.
Well, good morning, Carol. Thank you so much for having me today. And I guess we're going to talk about some music, huh?
Yes, Jeff. Now, I know you rocked the house out last night with your music.
Yes.
Washington Square. But tell us about your music. You've got a big future ahead of you.
Well, actually, I do what's called smooth jazz. And smooth jazz can be categorized as easy listening or, relaxation music. And I know my kids call it elevator music sometimes, but it's something you can relax to, work in your office to, have dinner to, drive to, things like that. And I strive to make music that is likable, to all people, and it's been very, very successful. This is my latest project. It's called Smoothed Out. And I can get a shot of that right there. And this CD has 7 tracks of all original pieces, and really, really proud of this project. It took me about 4 years to get this out. And but really excited about the producers I worked with. Jeff Sigmund, Tim Ragland, Tony Woe, and another gentleman that produced it as well as William Woodson. His name is Rock Woodson. And so we just made a lot of nice music, and people are buying it up and coming to the concerts. We're really appreciating it.
Now, in addition to being a really good reporter, you also have a career that a lot of people don't know about. Tell us about that.
I'm a teacher by trade. I teach band and orchestra at Winding Ridge Elementary School in Lawrence Township, and really excited about the program. It's a performing arts magnet school, and it's one of several performing arts schools there in the township. And so we're just looking to give kids the opportunity to learn about instrumental music at an early age, so when they get to middle school and high school, they can contribute and join the band, join the orchestra, and do great things in life.
But you also have your own school at home. Tell us about that.
Yes, I do have 5 students. No, it's actually 5 of my own children. I have 1 boy and 4 girls, and ranging in age from 18 to 4. And my son, who's the oldest, just graduated high school, so he's going off to college this fall, and looking forward to seeing him start his life. And the next 4 girls, they'll be cycling on through. So very exciting times at the house.
So is this like just a big band practice at home?
Pretty much. Some people call it the starting 5. And my wife is an assistant principal, so she's definitely like the big leader around there.
Now, also just quickly, tell us about your own personal ministry, because you like to outreach to others and minister to them. Tell us about that quickly.
I enjoy prayer and praying for people that are in need. So whatever they're going through, if they'd like to pray about it, I definitely would offer prayer right there on the spot.
All right, now one more thing. Where do you see yourself in 10 years from now? With the music, or are you going to keep on branching out? I know you inspired to do a lot of things.
I am. I'd like to continue with music, hopefully be accepting a Grammy Award someplace. But realistically, just touching lives through music, through prayer, and just letting my light shine before men.
And you also formerly a comedian, stand-up comedian?
Yes, I did gospel comedy for about 3 years, and I have a DVD and everything like that, so it's a lot of fun things going on.
You are a big package. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Thanks, Carol. Good morning. I'm Faith James. My guests today are small business owners Christopher and Tamika Clark. He had one big idea in life, but God had another. Welcome to Religion in the News.
How are you?
So tell our viewers about this big idea. Chris, what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm a popcorn popper.
You pop popcorn.
Yes.
And so I want to talk to your wife a little bit, because I think you're kind of the inspiration behind it. But what inspired you to pop popcorn for a living?
Well, I had a love for popcorn, and when I went to work in Washington Square Mall, I saw that the popcorn store that was there for years since the mall was built was closed. And so the mall manager at the time, he wanted to do something nice before he passed, because he was really sick. And he gave me everything, and he let me open it. So it was a blessing.
So basically, you had an idea to have a popcorn store. You went, and it was just given to you.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
everything was given.
So prior to you having the popcorn, you have a little story about how you got here to Indianapolis. Tell our viewers real quick about your journey.
Yes. Well, we lived in Lafayette, Indiana, and we decided to move by family in Mississippi, and we got caught up in Katrina, and we decided to come back to Indiana, and we said, let's go ahead and just step out in faith, and we just came to Indiana, and didn't have jobs or anything, and we just. Next thing you know, doors just started opening.
Okay. And Chris, you have an MBA, but you pop popcorn. Now, you have different flavors at your shop. What type of flavors do you have, and how are you able to come up with these flavors?
Well, currently we have 46 different flavors, and really our whole goal is we love our customers, and we just sell them popcorn. So we get a lot of feedback from the customers in terms of different flavors that they would like to try.
Flavors like what?
Butter pecan.
Butter pecan popcorn.
Yes, butter pecan.
I heard butter pecan ice cream, but not popcorn with pecans.
It's one of our biggest sellers. Amaretto with almonds, and of course the traditional caramel and cheese.
And you have hot cinnamon too, don't you?
Yes, we have hot cinnamon and Pone Forest Ghost chili. That's a new product that we just. We were influenced by our customer.
And did you go to school to learn how to come up with these flavors, or?
Well, I've always wanted to have my own business, and because my wife is so creative, God blessed me with a wife with a whole lot of creativity, and I feed off of it. I have the ability to bring her ideas together. So by the grace of God, we're able to, use the talents that God has provided each of us to bring together to form one body,
Okay, well, if our customers want to get in contact with you to find out more about your inspiring story and popcorn flavors, how may they do that?
We're located at 10072 East 10th Street here in Indianapolis. We also have a website, CarnivalPopcorn.com, and we can also be reached on Facebook and Twitter as well.
Well, thank you for joining the show.
Thank you.
If you're at home, don't give up. We'll be right back.